Good day, guys. Good day, people. How you guys doing today? How you guys doing? How you guys doing today? Hope everybody's doing all right today. I want to talk to you guys about being celebrated. Being celebrated is way better than being tolerated. If I had it my way, I would rather be celebrated than tolerated. Some people gotta settle for being tolerated rather than celebrated. Men who have nothing going for themselves, men who are bums, men who in and out of jail, men who got 4 and 5 baby mamas, those are the men who are truly celebrated. But see, the men who are celebrated by women, those are the men who got the looks that women want. See, you gotta look good to women in order to be celebrated. Now, men who get women on the strength of fame, men who get women on the strength of money, you just being tolerated. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these men know they just being tolerated for what they got. Who in their right mind would want to be tolerated? But some men, have to settle for being tolerated. A lot of these rich and famous men, a lot of these affluent men that you see, a lot of these men are being tolerated for what they have. These women do not love these men. Now, if I had it my way, I would settle for being tolerated. I'm willing to settle for just being tolerated by a woman. Because, every man can't be celebrated. Every man is not gonna be celebrated by women. You got some men who they hit that genetic lottery. Women find them attractive, and they're celebrated. They're celebrated, But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if every man could be celebrated? Wouldn't it be nice if every man could be celebrated by women instead of tolerated? Because no man wants to just be tolerated for his money. But unfortunately, that's the lane that some men fall into. Some men are just celebrated. Some men are just tolerated for what they got. There is no real connection there. Some men are just, they just tolerated, for their money, their clout. And that's just the way it is. But if you see, one thing I had to learn as a man, this is one thing that women like to lie about, but looks is all that matters. That's the truth. When it comes to attraction, when it comes to a woman wanting to be with you, when it comes to a woman wanting to start a family with you, when it comes to a woman desiring you, looks is the number one thing. It don't matter if you're a good person or not. See, women try to make it seem like they care about the heart of a man, or they care about what's inside of a man. Women don't care about what's inside of a man. One of the biggest lies that we're ever told to people is that it's not on the outside, it's what's on the inside that counts. That's one of the biggest lies ever told. Because I'm sure you guys heard that saying that it's not about what's on the outside, it's about what's on the inside. That's one of the biggest lies ever. A woman don't care about what's on the inside of you as a man. Especially if you don't look good. If you're not her physical type, if her vagina don't get wet looking at you, then If that vagina don't get wet by looking at you, uh, nothing else matters. A woman has to be attracted to you at the end of the day. That connection most certainly has to be there. And I wish people would just be honest about that. Like, beauty is not in the eye of the beholder. That's a lie. See, a lot of people believe a lot of lies. And see, women know that they're shallow. See, women just don't like to tell on themselves. They try to make it seem like they care about what's on the inside of a man. No, they don't. Women are the biggest liars ever. They don't care about what's on the inside of you. They really don't. And I feel the guys who being celebrated by women, those are the dudes who truly lucky. I mean, just imagine being a man that women find sexy. You don't have nothing going for you. And see, the beautiful thing about a lot of these types of guys' life, they have women taking care of them. See, when you a man that women feel is sexy, when you a man they vagina get wet for, a lot of these types of dudes, they don't have to have nothing going for them. And in most cases, these type of dudes are broke because women find them attractive. See, looks is everything. That's one thing I had to understand. A woman don't care if you got a good heart. A woman don't care if you believe in Jesus, and I see a lot of women, who try to make it seem like, they these sanctified Christian women. They ain't no sanctified Christian women. They shallow too. That's why I had to learn that you're not gonna find no good woman in no church. That's a lie too. Virtuous Christian women don't exist. There's no such thing as a virtuous Christian woman. That don't exist. That's all a lie. It's all a lie. And if I had it my way, and I'm pretty sure you guys as well, I'd rather be celebrated than tolerated. I'd rather be celebrated, but let's be real here. Every man is not gonna be celebrated, But see, if you got a lot of money, the beautiful thing about having assets, money will make a woman tolerate you. If somebody asks me, why do you want to be a millionaire so bad? The reason why I want lots of money is because I know that money will make a woman tolerate you. And there are a lot of men who fell into that, that trap of being tolerated. But if you ask a lot of these men, do you really want to be tolerated? Or would you want to be celebrated? Every man can't be celebrated. And let's be real about it. Every man will not be celebrated. See, money will make a woman tolerate you, even if they don't find you all that attractive. That's the main reason why I want a lot of money. My dad just told me, sign a prenup. My father has a prenup. See, any man that signs a prenup with a woman is because he knows that he's not a desirable man. He knows that he ain't wanted. And he knows deep down the woman that he's married to is not attracted to him. That's why he has a prenuptial agreement. See, men who are being tolerated, those men are compensating for the lack of. They compensating because women don't find them attractive. So they compensating with their money. But see, if that physical connection is not there, this is why a lot of dudes, especially guys who are not desired by women, end up getting cheated on. There are desirable men who get cheated on by women. But see, if you a man that women don't find attractive, you definitely gonna get cheated on. See, I'm seeing now why they say guys who are not wanted by women, shouldn't even consider marriage. If you a man that women ain't checking for, if you a dude that females have never been checking for, they always say these types of dudes shouldn't be getting married. And I agree, because you're gonna get cheated on. More than likely. You're gonna get cheated on, and your marriage will not be a success. At least money can make a woman tolerate you. You know, money will make a woman, you know, look over your flaws. And that's the main reason why I want a lot of money. Because at least money will make a woman be like, well, you know, he don't make my vagina wet, but I can at least use this Negro. You know, that's why I want the bag so bad. And I think it's sad that you got a lot of dudes that would have to be tolerated rather than celebrated, but that's life. You know, I mean, every man can't be LL Cool J. Every man can't be Ryan Reynolds. You know, every man is just not sexy to women. Every man just ain't sexy, man. You know, some people they just ain't got that sex appeal to attract a woman. And if you watching this presentation, I'm sure you know that you don't got what it take to attract nobody. You ain't sexy enough to get a woman vagina wet. So we the type of men that gotta settle, you know, for a woman that's tolerating us. Some men gotta settle for being tolerated. Steve Harvey, he's settling for being tolerated. He even said on his show, what can make a man who's not physically attractive sexy? A high-paying six-figure job, a nice car, a big old house. See, when you a man that women don't find sexually appetizing, you gotta compensate with things. That's the reason to why I want the money so bad. And I would sell my soul for money. You know, I hate to say that. How many of you guys would sell your soul for money? You know, I'm not gonna say I would do anything for money, but if it come a time in this world where you have to start paying with your hand, I'm down for it. Because I wanna be with the ruling elite. I don't know about you guys. I want to be up there with Jay-Z. I want to be up there with the Rothschilds. I want to be with the big bosses. And a lot of these wealthy men that you see, a lot of these wealthy, affluent men that you see, you know, a lot of these guys, you know, women didn't find them to be physically attractive. You know, women didn't find them to be all that attractive. A lot of these dudes that you see with these beautiful wives, you know, these wealthy, you know, athletes, these big time businessmen, a lot of these men got these women because of what they got. You know, they got these women because of what they have, you know, and that's what got them the life that they got. See, it pays to have people in your corner that are real and honest. See, anybody that's not real, I don't want them around me. If you're not an honest, real type of person, stay away from me. That includes family too. I don't want you nowhere around me if you're not real. If you fake, I don't want to break bread with you. You know? A lot of people don't like realness. And a lot of these men that are being tolerated by these women, a lot of them know they being tolerated because of what they have. A lot of these men know that if they didn't have certain things, they'd find themselves all alone. They wouldn't have no wife. They wouldn't have any children. They would be all alone with nobody. A lot of these men know that. A lot of them know it. But see, even Alpha Male Strategy said it. Money is the equalizer. If you a man that women don't find attractive, money is the ultimate equalizer. You know, this is why I say Um, if you a man and you compensating with your money, I mean, you just doing what you got to do, but that ain't nothing to be proud of, and it's nothing to really celebrate. Like, if you a man and you have a woman on the strength of what you have, you know that if you didn't have certain things in place, you wouldn't have that woman that you have. You know that. You know that you would find yourself alone. And a lot of guys do. It's nothing to celebrate. You know, now, guys who never had nothing in their life, you know, dudes who never had nothing in their life, and they eventually, you know, because you got some dudes who got women when they didn't have nothing. Those are the true winners. About to cross this street. Yeah. I mean, you know, the guys who, you know, got women when they didn't have much of nothing, those dudes are the true winners in life. You know, the dudes who, you know, they got the chicks when they didn't have much of nothing. You know, those guys right there, those are the winners. You know, now, you know, dudes who, you know, the dudes who ended up getting women because they had money or whatever, those guys, they just compensating for the lack of. You know, those dudes, they not the true winners. They not the true winners. You know, a lot of these guys that, you know, they got a woman because of what they got. Those dudes are not the true winners. So just keep that in mind. Those are the dudes who really being celebrated. The dudes who got women when they didn't have nothing. And then when they finally attained things in life, it was just they started to get more women. You got dudes like that too. Dudes who women always found them to be sexually appetizing. So, you know, they got vagina when they didn't have nothing. And then once they finally acquired something, they started getting more. Those are the dudes who are truly celebrated, men of that caliber. But dudes who never had nothing, but when they finally started to elevate in life, then they finally got something, we all know. Those are the men who being tolerated. And who really wants to just be tolerated? But sometime in life, you got to settle for what you can get. We all know that, you know? But you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this presentation. It's better to be celebrated than tolerated. You guys have a good day.